Bienvenidos! Today we're going to talk about immersion in Spanish. Immersion is really important because it's the most effective way to become fluent in Spanish, and it's also a relatively quick way to become fluent. We're going to talk about a couple of different types of immersive experiences and also questions that you need to ask before you become involved in an immersion experience. Full immersion is when you're surrounded by Spanish 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fully immersive experiences usually involve travel abroad. They're usually a bigger time commitment, and usually it's an individual who does this experience. So full immersion could be done through a foreign exchange program. It could be done through work, and this could be paid or unpaid. So it could be volunteering for the Peace Corps, or it could just be traveling and living abroad with the company that you're working for. Full immersion could also be an individual travel experience. Semi-immersive experiences can involve travel abroad, or they can be local experiences. And they can involve a shorter time commitment. It can be a group experience, or it can be an individual experience. Semi-immersive experiences are also great ways to be exposed to Spanish and develop fluency, but they don't involve as much of a commitment and as much of an expense. Examples could be travel abroad on a mission trip with your church youth group, a high school class trip to Mexico, family vacation. It could be volunteering at the local food pantry, or attending a Spanish-speaking worship service at the church in your community. So semi-immersive experiences are also wonderful. They could be available in your community. But there are important questions you need to ask no matter what type of immersive experience you're getting involved in. If you're being involved with another organization in your experience, find out if this organization is for-profit or not-for-profit. For-profit organizations are trying to make money, and their motives are different from organizations that are not-for-profit. So you may want to become involved in a not-for-profit organization because they're motivated differently, and you may get a better experience because this organization may be focused on the same objectives that you're after and on helping people. The other thing that you want to ask about is safety, because whether you're participating locally or abroad, there are safety issues that you need to be aware of. The first issue would be crime. Wherever you are you in an area where there's a higher crime rate? Maybe certain times of day aren't as safe. Also, you want to be concerned with political unrest. In the area that you're in, are there racial tensions that you need to be aware of, or other political issues with drug dealers or crime that you need to be aware of? Also, you want to look at disease that you might be exposed to. Even if you're doing this locally, you might be exposed to diseases from other countries because of the people you're working with. So you might get updated on immunizations, but check into that. And also, if you're traveling, look into natural disasters that might occur in the area you're in, because this may be something you're not used to, like earthquakes or mudslides or flooding. And also, be sure and look into medical care that's available. If you're going to a very remote area, is there going to be adequate medical care available if something should happen? So those are the questions you need to ask and things that you need to be aware of. And the other thing you need to check into is how you're going to be spending your time. Because if your expectation is to be exposed to Spanish, and you're going to be with non-Spanish speaking people 95% of the time, then this isn't the experience that you're looking for. You want to check into how much time you're actually going to be spending in interpersonal communication with Spanish-speaking people, because that's what you're after in an immersive experience. Not just being surrounded by Spanish, but actually being surrounded by interpersonal communication experiences in Spanish. So that's what you want to find out about, because if you're traveling with a mission trip, then find out if you are going to be on the road 90% of the time, driving from place to place to see these different sites. Or are you going to be able to spend time in the marketplace for 3 hours with people who are local, negotiating bargains and shopping? So those are the types of experiences that you want to find out what you're going to be having when you're traveling abroad. For more information about experiences involving study abroad or travel abroad, watch our video, Study Abroad, Know Before You Go, because there's really important information that you should be aware of before you become involved in a study abroad experience.